Morning, the business of film, and this wonderful director. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello there, yes, I'm Jo Southwell of Aston Productions, and I'm here in the Canadian Pavilion at the Cannes Film Festival, and I'm promoting my film Deirdre.
Yeah. What's the movie about? Would you like to talk?
We're calling it like a dark Irish love story, so probably kind of similar to a Romeo and Juliet idea, and it's a coming-of-age story for Deirdre. She's trying to fight the battles of her youth into womanhood.
Nice. Where did the idea come from?
Well, this short film is actually a proof of concept for my feature film, which is called Deirdre for Sorrows. And I thought in order to get that off the ground, I really needed to see if I could make the material work on film. So Catherine and I produced the short film, and we went to Ireland for only 4 days and shot all the material to try and create originally just a trailer, and then we produced the short film as well. But it's inspired by the folklore Deirdre for Sorrows.
Nice. Very interesting. And well, a question for both. In terms of funding, how hard is that? I mean, how hard is
Really hard.
I mean, it's not obvious, because I've been knowing a lot of people, and everyone found movies in a different way, very different way. So what's your style?
For the short film, I've privately funded it through a sponsorship, and I run a management company and things like that, because it was really about a drive to actually get this whole concept off the ground. Where I am now is I've set up my production company, and we've got what's called EIS status in the UK, so we can actually now take private investment and give people tax credits or tax break, tax relief in the UK in order to help fund the feature. And then we're slowly trying to put together a package of co-producers, which will help funding from Ireland and maybe other European countries as well. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, did you always want to be? Did you always want to be a director? Or is this something that just came up lately? Was it like a childhood dream?
I've always wanted to work in film. I was brought up on film. I remember my dad taking me to the cinema as a Saturday thing. It was just, inspired me. The original Star Wars trilogy was a massive inspiration for me, mythology and sci-fi and things like that. And then when I got sort of 18, it was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'd be doing lots of acting. And it's kind of very much to go off and get a degree in something solid. I actually did theology and media, which is quite a strange combination. And my dissertation was about
God in the media.
Yeah, it was basically. It was about I basically used the Star Wars trilogy and all about Greek mythology and how mythology is used in film, and that was what my dissertation was about. So, but it wasn't concrete for me then that I wanted to be a writer-director, and then I spent a lot of my 20s acting and producing, working in theatre, trying to break into film, not really knowing how to, and then I'd actually written a play called Holding On, and I couldn't quite finish it, and I didn't really know why, and then a very good friend of mine gave me some advice and said, why don't you just make a short film and see how you feel? I was like, I can't write. And then I went back to this play and realised that I'd written a screenplay. That's why it didn't work on stage, and that's where kind of my filmmaking began, really.
Future projects or things you would like to work on?
At the moment we're in development for Deirdre for Sorrows, which is the feature film based on this, and Catherine is just about to graduate.
I am, yes, graduating next year from Westminster Film School, so I'm going to get out there and make stories and films and work with Jo.
Yeah. So she's going to come aboard on the production side and possibly casting as well.
Yes.
We were talking about maybe coming on as a casting assistant for the feature.
Oh, nice.
And I've also recently optioned a book, which is a contemporary thriller, which we're developing for film as well.
And have you been thinking about settings for a thriller?
This particular thriller, well, actually it's quite interesting because I can't say too much, but it's actually set on a train, and obviously with recent very famous films that have been used female leads on trains and thrillers, it's already got a marketplace, and so that's very much the drive for this particular thriller.
Yeah. How long have you been in the industry for?
Well, I think I was first an extra in a film called Hope and Glory back in like the late 80s. So if you count that, since then, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. So yeah, quite a long time.
All right. Very last question. How hard is it is for a woman, like especially a director woman, to break into the industry and
Yeah.
to,
No, I mean it is tricky. I mean, I'm a mother, partner, and also a director and a writer. So all these things are important in your life, and you always have to balance them all. There is a low percentage of female directors that get an opportunity. I think it's something like 15% of British TV is directed by females, and the rest of it is all directed by men. So you're initially already fighting that kind of battle. But I'm kind of a bit of a believer in persistence, and if you've got talent and a bit of integrity, and you just try and make really good stories that you really, really believe in, then I think eventually you'll find your kind of group of people that you can work with and kind of try and break in that way. I've been really lucky in the last year that I've been accepted into BAFTA's Lucky 225 Club, a group of women that are female directors in England. So that's like a really major thing. And after the Cannes Film Festival, I'm going over to Ireland to talk about women in film and TV and screen Deirdre over there as well. So yeah, it is hard, but I think if you stick to what you do best and get there in the end. Use the force. Ireland is definitely a very big drive to support film, and they're doing that they've just recently increased their tax incentives for filmmakers, so there is lots and lots of opportunity. When I went over to shoot the short film over there, the amount of support that we got from all the local people was just absolutely unbelievable, because it's something that's never really happened in that community before. So for them, having a camera crew turn up and actually getting the opportunity to be an extra in a film was a really big deal.
Yeah, they loved it. Absolutely loved it. Really wanted to get involved, and was so helpful and so keen to just kind of be part of the whole process.
Yeah. So it's
like women and production. So this is what the topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So within the film schools, more recently, there's been an increase in women coming in and wanting to get involved in both production and the filming side of it. And since then, the quality of films has started to improve, that we've been told by our tutors in the last 5 years. So it's just really great, and the level of films and the kind of environment has begun to become more professional within the kind of student film world.
Yeah, and then you were also saying something about balance, right? So balance between powers.
The power kind of, so it's become a lot more equal, definitely, and you've got a lot more women in higher roles, producing, directing, even DOP. The cinematography and the cinematographers' DOPs, first ACs, a lot of them on my course are now women and winning awards. So really well respected. Definitely equals with the guys on the course.
Interesting. Thank you.